Hey everyone, welcome to Tent Talk, the Farmers Market podcast. This podcast is all about farmers markets. Whether you're a farmers market manager or a small farmer, food maker, or artisan selling at farmers markets, you have found just the right podcast.
I'm Cat Fields White.
And I'm Bridget Myers. We're longtime farmers market managers, educators, and consultants. Get ready to catch up on all things farmers market pros with us. All right, everyone, welcome back to Tent Talk. It has been a minute and a wild year.
Has it been wild for you? I mean, most of it has just been smoothly sailing along.
Everyone else is having a great 2025.
Fine.
Everything's fine. It's just me.
It's just you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Got it. All right. Well, just kidding.
Just kidding. Yes, I think the last episode we were talking about the great snap gap.
Oh,
I was going to say
gap.
great snap shut down that too. But yeah, the snap gap and what we were doing to fill those holes. And yeah,
And ended up just being a gap and not a total dissolvement.
Right.
So
that actually
was
turned
great.
out to be slightly less scary than it looked like it was going to be for a minute, but still, whoo.
And still who
What an
knows what's
adventure.
happening. So yes, back in the
Well,
swing of things.
Yeah. So we're back in the swing now. That was kind of our wrap up of the last season. As you know, now we're doing seasons. So we're doing, 6 or 8 episodes. Then we have a little break while we concentrate on some other things. And then we come back and do that again. There's so much of the archives that you can keep learning and keep yourself entertained with in between seasons. So this is working out nicely, I think.
Yeah, the folks that I talk to, like my vendors at the market and just folks that come visit my markets, they're like, oh, we're just like digging back into old episodes that are still really helpful and really relevant. And that's lovely to hear. It's kind of evergreen type of podcast. So
I mean, there's 350 episodes.
Yeah.
So number one, you probably didn't listen to all of them. So you can probably find one you haven't heard.
I don't know. We have some hardcore listeners.
That's
but
true. That's
not
true.
everybody.
And we're all busy. So.
Yeah.
And we're all losing it. And you've probably forgotten some of them, but I certainly have. So what we're going to talk about next is what we've been doing and what's coming up in 2026, 7.
6, 7. Oh no. My carpool is full of 10-year-olds, just FYI, and I drive them to dance class every Thursday. It's a riot. And they informed me yesterday that grown-ups ruined 6, 7.
Oh, no.
Oh, as we do. And so it's not cool anymore, but we're still like trolling them and saying it all the time. So we're going to continue to say, I can't wait for 2026. Say 6, 7.
6, 7.
Oh, so
Was
funny.
it the word of the year?
Yes.
A dictionary group or something?
Oh my
Even though
gosh.
has anybody ever known what it meant?
No, we don't. Oh, my kids have tried to explain it to me and like showed me the origin video and like I still don't really get it, but I think that's the point. is that we don't get it.
Yeah.
And then somehow we ruin it. So
Oh, well, sorry.
anyways,
So what else has been going on? The markets have been growing. They've been really healthy, I feel like.
the markets have been going really well and really healthy and just chugging along and just really great. Every week, I'm just like very grateful that the markets are still a lovely place for all the farmers and vendors to do business. And we have such wonderful customers. And I think just now more than ever, just as, with the world being crazy, it's just so nice to be in community with folks and also to see a place where businesses are thriving. I did just hear on the Marketplace podcast, which is another podcast that I listen to, they were talking about there's like a record number of new businesses being filed. Like, they have data from like folks like registering business names and things like that. And they said it's kind of a 2020 vibe when everyone, got laid off or they took that opportunity to switch careers and started like side businesses. And they were talking about folks, baking sourdough during the pandemic and then turning into like a sourdough business and being bakeries now.
It's kind of a cycle, actually, because I remember that even as far back as 2008, when we were just starting the Mercado, and then right after that, there was a big economic crash, the mortgage failures and all that.
Yeah.
And there is a thing that when there's a lot of layoffs, people realize that, oh, this dream I've wanted to follow, but I can't because I have to stick to my very secure day job. When it becomes apparent the day jobs maybe are not all that secure and predictable, it gives people a chance to kind of go out on their own and see what they can do for themselves.
Yeah, and folks just trying not to have, all their eggs in one basket, so to say. And so I think, even if they are keeping their day job, they're kind of dipping their toe into some other passion projects that are always such a great benefit to the farmers market world because then folks, find that they can really make a living being a farmers market vendor, or they start farming, or they do all these other things that really are needed for markets to thrive and for just food systems and communities to thrive. So
Exactly. Yeah.
it's a nice thing to see.
Bless the side hustle.
That's right.
So we went through all that SNAP excitement, and one of the things I think we're going to be doing in terms of looking forward is I've been on a lot of different calls with different groups in the farmers market sector, and a lot of us are talking about what we need to be doing right now in the next few weeks is thinking about what we're going to do next round if this should come back around, because that continuing resolution for the budget only takes us through the end of January.
That's right.
Who knows what kind of foolishness they're going to get into then, right?
It could be, it could be anything.
It could be really smooth.
It could be so smooth.
They could decide to just pump up SNAP funding.
Let's do it.
You still believe in Santa Claus, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I believe in Santa. I believe in this administration supporting SNAP customers
And this Congress being cohesive and working together for the good of all.
That's right.
I'm sure that's what will happen. But just in case.
We're manifesting. Okay.
We are.
Yeah.
That's what we're visualizing. But just in case it's like visualize the best, but also plan ahead for contingencies. So
yeah,
a lot of folks were able to come up very quickly with sort of do-it-yourself nutrition incentives and donation programs so that your community could donate to you. Remember, folks, there's some enormous percentage. It was in our Farmers Market Forum newsletter, I think week before last. There's some enormous percentage of donations, philanthropic donations, charity donations that happen in the last 5 days of the year. And that's where we are right this minute. So get that donation button on your Square POS system, pop it on your website if you can, get it out on social media. Your neighborhood and your community values you and they want to help you. So make the ask.
Exactly. This is a great time too, because everyone's out at the markets having a great time, really remembering why they love their neighborhood market. Maybe, there's like little gifts being brought to farmers and things like that. Like everyone's just in that mode right now. And also just looking at tax, calendar years closing and they want to make those donations. So absolutely have an easy way for them to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that all that SNAP excitement was really helpful for us to realize that we should have kind of a better emergency fund plan moving forward. So I know we're going to talk about 2026 goals and pivoting, in a future episode coming up. But I think just kind of keeping that in mind, these things that happen that were just, really awful for a lot of SNAP customers and retailers, farmers. Yeah, exactly. Anyone who's benefiting from SNAP. It was just a wake up call. But the silver lining is that I think we can really dial in some systems that will help us prevent the scrambling that happened last time and maybe, like some self-sufficient kind of tools that we can develop just in case.
I got to smile when I hear silver lining. It's been a few years on that one, right?
That's right.
Pivot, silver lining. Yeah. Some of those words we were hoping to never hear again.
Yeah.
They're back.
They're back.
I do feel like there was kind of a silver lining. We heard from a lot of market managers that because our community was so proactive about creating systems to help people whose SNAP cards did not get loaded in November, that we've actually seen new shoppers at the farmers markets that didn't even realize farmers markets took SNAP, or that maybe even didn't realize that they had a farmers market in their area that sold this beautiful, wonderful, tasty, fresh food. And like with COVID, people came out to see what was going on. They realized that we were there to help, and they're sticking. They're staying with us.
It definitely shone that light on it, and it was just really, my EBT numbers are up. I have
ours too.
New shoppers at the markets. Yep. So, definitely just taking a positive from that kind of like traumatic, jarring thing that happened to all of us, SNAP customers and retailers and the folks that benefit at the market from SNAP. So,
exactly.
Well, looking to get better prepared for if there is a next time. Hopefully, there will not be.
Yep.
Yep. What else have we been doing?
We launched Farmers Market Forum, which we've, been talking about for a long time for a few reasons. So Farmers Market Forum is our newsletter now. We used to always do a weekly newsletter, which was weekly. I say weekly. And, I put out a weekly newsletter for every single farmers market that I run, but somehow the Farmers Market Pros newsletter was weekly for a while, and then it was occasional, and then it'd be weekly again. But Farmers Market Forum, we're serious about it. We're coming out weekly. Nino Budabin McQuown, who is an old friend, they've been helping. They're writing wonderful stories. They and I get together and kind of brainstorm on what we should be talking about. So that's been out. It's been nice. We're getting just a robust number of subscribers. I've been impressed, not just from the subscribers that have come over from our old newsletter or social media, but people that are honestly finding us on Substack. That was not the reason I went. That is supposedly a benefit of Substack, but I didn't really believe it. But honestly, it's been amazing. Some other folks that are on Substack now, Sarah Delavan at the Good Food CFO, Cheryl Queen of Markets in the UK, we've been kind of Mal Dell, who has the cottage food group that's so big. We've been kind of trading readers back and forth, and we're picking up a lot of folks that didn't know about Farmers Market Pros before, I think, or didn't know exactly what we did. So that's been really successful. We went for a few reasons. I mean, MailChimp is just a format where you send out a newsletter and then it's out there. You don't get to hear back. So Substack has a comment function, so you can jump in there and make a conversation of it. We're relatively new, and that hasn't happened a lot yet, but it's starting to. We're starting to see a little bit more action there. Where we see the biggest action in terms of communication back and forth between us and farmers market managers or market managers between themselves or farmers or vendors that'll jump in is in our private Facebook group. But honestly, I'm kind of icked out by Facebook at the moment. So long term, it would be lovely if we could kind of move that community over to live inside Farmers Market Forum where the newsletter and stuff is. So we'll see what happens. I know that a lot of people have kind of pulled back from Facebook. On the other hand, there's still billions of people on there. So we obviously we want to serve our community, and I don't want to move away from there if people are still really valuing it. That is a really active private group.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's still active. So, but it's again, like where do we want to build our communities and sustain them and like want them to thrive? So good to have options. But also, everyone's spread thin on where they're going and where they're going online. So
yeah,
it's always tough.
One more platform to
I know.
monitor and keep
I think
track
that's
of.
just the age that we're in.
Yeah.
I think people were like, "Oh, I'm going to streamline this and that." It's just like it's hard to do that. So we're just doing the best we can. And hopefully they'll find us and come to us and come to the group. Sure. Yeah.
But I like being ahead of the game just in case the Facebook group thing goes sideways. I'm almost every week now, we get this little thing that comes to the moderators of our Facebook group that says, here's Robbie the robot dude that's your new AI bot companion. And you have to go through like 7 different clicks and settings to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And I don't want them in a private group because it seems to me if AI is collecting information from a private group, how private is it?
I'm telling you, they're watching. So yeah, it's those kind of things.
So I want to be ready if things just get really unacceptable over there. We'll have a place to go.
We're preparing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So within kind of in the framework of Farmers Market Forum, we're also doing live calls. We've done a few. We did one that we put together really quickly on Snap to It, and we were all trying to figure out what to do next in terms of the Snap shutdown.
That was really great.
Huge attendance on that one. That was nice. And then we've done one more. Again, didn't give folks a ton of notice, but it was on Giving Tuesday. So it was Giving Tools Day. So we talked about some simple ways that you can get a donation program going. Mm-hmm. We got some really good input from some of the folks that were sitting in on that call. So that was nice, and we were able to kind of recap it in our next newsletter that went out. So for now, it's just sort of monthly Hive Mind calls, which I've always enjoyed. I'm on a few of those with other organizations. So it's kind of an AMA situation, but really it's an AEOA or AEIOU or EIEIO.
Yeah, that's more relevant.
Yeah. So anyway, it's an ask each other anything, not just me. So everybody that's on the call kind of shares information, and those have been going well. We're going to do that on a monthly basis. For now, those calls are going to be open to everyone. And then recordings and additional materials from those calls will only be available to paid subscribers, which is largely a way to support what we do, but also to kind of keep those calls private so that any recordings of them and things will only go out to our paid subscribers. And then after we get through the Intense conference, we'll also be doing some more formal kind of webinar style calls on a variety of topics where we have experts come in and sit with us and kind of give a presentation, but then also have an opportunity for people to ask questions right there, live and in person, or live and online, not exactly in person, but sort of.
I think we're at that time in our year where we're like, okay, after the conference, we're going to do this. After the conference,
life will be perfect.
We're going to get all of our ducks in a row.
That's right.
It's just that time that happens.
For years and years, the joke was always, after the first of the year, life will be perfect. We just need to get through the holidays, get to the first of the year, life will be perfect. Now it's basically, after the first week of March, life will be perfect.
First week of March, it's great. Yep.
Because we're very busy the first of the year.
Yeah.
Intense takes, honestly, a solid 10 months to put together.
Yeah.
But there definitely things are heightened in the last 3. So we're very, very busy at that time of year.
Yeah. For good reason.
That's right.
For an exciting reason, because we all just get to look forward to the conference.
So speaking of Intense, the National Farmers Market Conference, speakers are being onboarded even as we speak.
That's right.
That's right. Tamara's out there talking to folks and collecting photos, and we're filling in bios and session descriptions, and the schedule should be up online
Yeah.
Pretty soon, this week or next.
It's always so fun for me too, because that's not my part of the conference. So I just get to see who's going to be there. I look at RFPs and things that come in, and of course, we just talk about things, or you'll share something exciting that someone wants to present about or ask my opinion about things. So kind of like anecdotally, I get information, but I don't really work on the speakers very much. That's not my role at the conference. And so I get to see who's coming and what they're going to speak about. And as a market manager, I get very excited about that. So,
it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. David, as you know,
Yeah.
total author fangirl. And so our first couple of years of the conference, we had so many authors. That was kind of a thing. And then surveys and such showed that really a lot of our farmers market managers were experts as much as some of those authors were. And I'm always trolling new books and finding that nobody talks about farmers markets. So we don't have as many authors to choose from, but there are some out there. So David Sachs, who is bravely, as a Canadian, coming to the U.S., he's come from Toronto.
What a brave soul.
He is. He's on it. He wrote Soul of an Entrepreneur. He wrote The Revenge of Analog, and his newest book is The Future of Analog. And, we talk about this a lot, that you're doing social media, but you should also be doing a lot of analog marketing. You should be getting out there at community events. You should be hanging door hangers, all those things. Markets are pretty much the definition of analog when you say versus food delivery and that kind of thing. So it's face-to-face, it's in-person, it's hands-on. So we're going to have David cage fighting with an AI expert.
It's a new element to the conference that we're introducing.
Just kidding, but only about the cage fighting part. And we're going to kind of discuss if analog or artificial intelligence will lead the way in the future.
Well,
we're betting on analog.
Yeah, hopefully that's not too depressing.
Yeah, right. Or maybe we'll find a happy medium.
Yes, I think it's just, again, reality of the world that we're living in. So it's great to have these conversations and to get new ideas to do some great analog things, and also maybe work with the benefits of AI, whatever's out there. So
I do know that the guy that runs the British Columbia Farmers Markets Organization, Peter LeBlanc, he actually has a whole thing on how AI can be used to build formulas and such that makes it easier for market managers in terms of data collection and things.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing, it's good.
Right.
Just, please, if you're a vendor, don't use it to create pictures of imaginary products that you put on your application.
I'll do a session about that.
There we go. Yeah. Sadrina Jalal will be back, and she's bringing a group of market managers from Atlanta, including some exec directors from kind of big market groups there. They're going to be talking about playing the cards that you're dealt, because as you know, a lot of times we're working with a lot of people that we didn't choose as partners.
Yeah.
But they are our partners. They're either the board of the nonprofit that hosts us, or they're municipal leaders, or
the fire marshal.
The fire marshal, who is,
Just kidding if you're listening. I love you. You're my best friend.
Well, of course, because you've learned to play the cards that you're dealt and make it a winning hand.
That's right.
Right.
I just do what they say.
There you go. That works too.
But yes, I mean, there is something to be said with how many different folks managers have to deal with and play with and cooperate with. And it's a hard thing to navigate if you're not used to the sheer volume of different people that you really have to partner with. Like you said, I mean, I feel like I partner with the city, even though I get an application from them, they inspect me. It's like, I feel like that is a partnership that I have to navigate consistently. And you have to learn how to do that graciously and cooperatively, and also when to stand up for yourself and stand up for your market and things like that. So yeah.
Major donors.
Yep.
Sometimes the personalities there aren't necessarily the ones you would have chosen, but they're benefiting you, and you're helping them express their connection to the community. And those personalities, you just need to figure out how to make the best things happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be an exciting one.
I'm really excited about that.
Yep. We'll also be hearing from Taylor Kiefer. She did a study with the Pepper Place Market. They did like a year-long study in Birmingham, Alabama, about using the positive peace pillars, which I wasn't familiar with until we got this proposal, to build cohesiveness in all of that market's population. So farmers, vendors, staff, and shoppers. A lot of different sort of perspectives, a lot of different political viewpoints, and how they use this very systematic way of solving conflicts and finding things in common and working together. And I'm super excited to hear that one.
I can't wait. I knew nothing about this one, and this is so interesting to me. Also love all the peas. That's our thing.
All those
positive peace pillars for the Pepper Place Market for your market's populations.
Wow. Talk about the 4 Ps or more. Many Ps.
10 Ps.
Yeah.
That is really relevant and going to be so helpful for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that.
So between Zadrina and her group with Georgia Grown and Taylor from Birmingham, Alabama, the South has something to say, y'all.
I'm excited. The South is smart.
That's right.
I want to learn from them.
Mike Lee, who I know from years and years ago at Eat Retreat, and he's going to help us think about marketing in a new way. How do we get people to us? Do we talk about supporting farmers, or do we talk about just how good the food tastes? And he's got some really innovative ideas about how to approach that.
Wow. Also love that.
Yep.
Amazing.
Bill Davenport from Panama City, Florida. You know William.
My buddy.
That's right.
He comes to my market.
From Egg Adventures. Yeah, he's amazing.
He always wears overalls.
He does always wear overalls.
He's
got a big beard, a little ZZ Top kind of vibe going on there.
He's lovely and also super intelligent.
So smart.
He's really smart.
So he actually has he's got a YouTube channel and he does a lot of vendor training and things. So he's going to be talking to the vendors about display techniques, but he's also going to be talking to all of us about making the application process and onboarding and ongoing communications easier on your team and more beneficial for your farmers and vendors. He's got this really organized system of how you teach people things without having to necessarily one-on-one explain each thing.
Oh my gosh. For my vendors that
You're
are
going to be so excited.
I'm going to learn and then I will make this easier for you.
Right. Yeah. So it's easier for your team and it's so instructive for vendors and it helps them really maximize their sales. So we're really excited about that one.
Amazing.
And Avery Reynolds, actually from the Vancouver Farmers Market in Washington, is also going to be with us. She's going to be sharing ways to design your application so that it reflects your market values and criteria more clearly, so you don't get a lot of applications from people that you're going to have to let down gently because they just don't fit what you're trying to offer or how you're curating your market. She is going to help us work on designing our applications so that folks just kind of ace themselves out if they're not appropriate, or they jump on it if they are a good fit.
Absolutely need this too. This is great. I can't wait to go to this conference. When is this conference happening?
March 1st through 4th, 2026.
I'll be there.
You should come.
Sounds fun. I need to learn everything.
We have a lot of workshops on board development. We're going to have strategic planning workshops. We're going to talk about the future of nutrition incentives. We're not spending as much time as we have in the past on nutrition incentives in terms of SNAP and GusSNP and the traditional ways that we've done that, because a lot of that feels so out of our control right now.
Yeah.
We just don't know how the federal policies are going to go.
Yeah.
So we're going to sort of double down and make our theme growing where we're planted, and talk about making the most of local partners and resources, even when federal funding and support is in flux.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Great direction to bring everybody together and go in 2026.
Yep. We're actually going to lean into that topic in the next season of Tent Talk too. So that's going to be sort of, last year we were all about Speak Up for Farmers Markets, which I have to say people did a great job of.
You know what? They really did. And I was like, are they doing this because they are listening to Tent Talk and consuming our newsletters? But yeah, they really did.
Yeah.
And I loved seeing it. And I think I was also way more tuned into that too, just because we were really dialed in on that theme. But yeah, just really great job.
Yeah. So this year it's going to be, growing where we're planted, making use of local partnerships, not waiting around for those folks over in Washington to make decisions that will help us, but helping ourselves and helping each other.
That's right.
So that's going to be a big one. We will be back with a new season of Tent Talk that focuses on that starting on January 12th. So just in 2 weeks, with a new episode each Monday leading up to the Intense Conference in March. Let's see. What else did we want to talk about?
Something very important.
We have one more big announcement. And you're probably going to see that this week in social media as well. And we'll be talking about it for the next few weeks. If you've been planning, and I know many people do this because we'll see comments on Instagram and things going, oh man, I was going to come this year, but something came up. And so I'm going to come to Intense next year. Or I feel like I'll get more out of it when I'm a little more experienced. I'm going to come to Intense next year.
Yeah.
So if you've been planning to do that, if you've been planning to come to the Intense National Farmers Market Conference one of these years, and you haven't made it yet, or if you try to come every other year, you need to be aware that after the 10th anniversary conference, this March 1st through 4th in 2026, the Intense Conference in San Diego is taking 2027 off.
We're taking it off, baby.
We're going dark.
We're going dark in 2027.
Yeah.
Just, because a conference is a lot.
The conference is a lot. It is a 10-month process.
Yes.
There's some other things that we want to do in terms of maybe we'll spruce up our branding.
Yeah.
We want to develop more online classes because Vendor 101 is still just people sign up for it every week. It does a lot of good for new vendors and new prospective vendors. We feel like we need some Vendor 201 classes, and we need some smaller class modules for farmers market managers that you can buy as a set, or you can get just one at a time that helps you out of figuring out that one topic that you haven't been able to figure out. So we're going to be working on some of that. We're also going to be, we're not going to be asleep in 2027, so we'll be taking content to state conferences. We're talking now about partnering with some other food system conferences and maybe bringing an intense conference day there with some of our typical down and dirty in the tent kind of conference content and things that they may not be so focused on, but tagging on to that. So we'll still be out there. You'll still be hearing from us. Farmers Market Forum will be active. We will still be publishing memes every Friday on Instagram so that you can laugh and cry along with us and each other. And then we're probably also going to spend a little bit of time being quiet and strategically planning for the years to come.
Yeah. Yes. It's just time. I think the conference is just going so well. Last year was our best, biggest conference yet. So our 9th was, we're on a great trajectory. So it was kind of a tough decision to sit down, and Kat and I have talked about this. We've really been talking about it for a few years. Like, how long are we going to keep doing this conference? What direction are we going? And after last year, we were just so amped up, and it was just so fantastic. And I know a lot of people are really excited to come back, and people are excited to come who have never been. But we just really need to make this adjustment so that we can focus on our markets too, and other Farmers Market Pros offerings, like you said. And, maybe we'll just say, just meet us in San Diego for a few days. We can hang out.
Sure. Come over anytime.
We can all stay at the Catamaran and then just go hang out and chat. But putting on a conference is just so much. And we just really need to just do like a little reset. And then I was saying, oh, okay, we're going to say this is the last conference. And I think, Kat, you were saying, we're not going to say that. We're just going to take 2027 off, because we might say, okay, we're refreshed, we're ready. We're going to come back in 2028 and do it again or not. So we're just kind of leaving doors open and to see what happens. But I hope that this will help motivate folks to, make it out this in 2026 so that they can come, just in case we never
we might go back in a really different format. Yeah. So I hope 10th anniversary is going to be the biggest and best. We say that every year, and every year it is a little bigger and a little better.
Yeah. 10-year anniversary is awesome. And it is going to be such a great conference this year. And it's going to be so wonderful and really spur a lot of new and exciting friendships between market managers. And I hope a lot of new managers come and really learn how to hit the ground running. And a lot of us old farmers market managers have been doing it for a long time can go and really feel revitalized and energized about our jobs. And that's really the soul of the conference and why we do it. So I just really know we're going to nail that, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too. So register now. So spread the word.
Now.
No, we're gonna be quiet in 2027, but we are gonna be loud and excited in 2026.
Oh yeah.
Get your tickets now. Don't miss it. Whoa, so that was a lot.
Yep.
And now on to the holidays. It's by the time you hear this, Hanukkah will have just wrapped up. My friends in Philadelphia will be still celebrating Hanukkah Likamaka. My friends, the Jewish chef and the Hawaiian chef. Right? We will be gathering
holidays. Yeah.
In Phoenix, they'll be doing Festivus.
That's right.
That's right.
And we'll be enjoying our family Christmas.
We will.
Morning that we celebrate. Very mellow.
Yep.
This year. And then we'll celebrate with my older sister. She's a nurse. So thank you to everyone that's going to be working on those holidays.
That's right.
And celebrating holidays after the actual holiday. So we'll get together afterwards with her and my wonderful nephews, and it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be great. So we wish you the best celebration, no matter what it is you're celebrating, whether that's Christmas, whether it's another holiday, whether it's a day off.
Yeah, whether
cuddled up with your slippers and your hot cocoa. We wish you eggnog in your coffee.
And as much as we just do not like closing markets, if your market's closed on Christmas Eve, like mine is, or Christmas Day, and you're going to enjoy it and not feel bad that your market's closed for a day because you get a break, I support you.
Good for you.
Enjoy some time and reflect and take care of yourself, please. And
we'll see you in the new year.
We'll see you in 2026.
Thanks for listening to Tent Talk today. Please leave us a review on your podcast app or wherever you listen to Tent Talk. Let us and others know how you're enjoying the podcast. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of Tent Talk. Connect with fellow Farmers Market folks in our private Facebook group, the Farmers Market Pros Community, and follow us on Instagram at Farmers Market Pros. Find online education and other resources at farmersmarketpros.com. Tent Talk is brought to you by Farmers Market Pros, where passion meets profit. Tent Talk is hosted by Kat Fields White and Bridget Myers and produced by Leandra Hayes, with original music by David Mead.